Hello everyone, today we are going to start CSES problem set, and its first problem set part is introductory problems. So the first problem is weird algorithm. So we are given a number n, and if n is odd, then we need to multiply it by 3 and add 1. And if n is even, then we need to divide it by 2. And we need to continue this until n becomes 1. So a sample test case for n is equal to 3 is given here. So the sequence will become, if n is 3, then 3 is odd. So 3 times 3 is 9 plus 1, 10. Now 10 is even, so the next number is 5 and so on. So this is a very simple question. So I will directly write a code for it. So I'm taking long because it may cause overflow if I take integer. Then I will take input, and while n not equals to 1, cout n, if n mod to n is equals to 3 times n plus 1, else n is equals to n by 2, and after that I will just directly print cout n 1. So let me run this. Yeah, so the sequence is printed 3, 10, 5, 16, 8, 4, 2, 1, and 3, 10, 5, 16, 8, 4, 2, 1. So this is working fine. Now I have some follow-up questions for this. So what will be the length of the sequence? For example, if n is 3, so then length of the sequence should be 8. So one simple way to do is, like, we can create a counter variable and just simply count the each value change in n. And we can like simply comment this and this one and cout on and so this will give me the value. Yeah, so I'm getting the correct answer. Let me check for 5. For 5 it should be 6. Yeah, this is working. But what if we are given multiple test cases? For example, test case 2 be 10 to the power 5. So in that case we can go for a recursive solution. So for recursion, we can think like this: the length of a given number, length of sequence of a given number is 1 plus length of sequence of next number. So I can just create a function. So f of n will be 1 plus f of next n. So let me write the function lln. So if n is equals to 1, so this is the base case. If n is 1, so we can directly return 1. If n mod 2, that means n is odd, so I can directly return 1 plus 3 star n plus 1 f of 3 star n plus 1. Else I can directly return 1 plus f of n by 2. Wave function will just give me n length of the sequence, but it is having a lot of overlapping subproblems, so I can just memoize it using a map. Here I am not using array to memoize because array's maximum limit can be 1e6, and the n can exceed 1e6 because we are multiplying n by 3 and adding 1 for some cases. So that's why map is a good option to memoize it. I can just name it memo. And I've globally declared a map. So if memo.find n not equals to memo.n, return memo n, and here I can just store the result. Memo of n is this and n is this. Okay, and I will just run this code later, and for each n I can just simply call cout f of n ender. And for example, if I have 5 test cases and the test cases are 3, 5, 10, 3, maybe 9 and 12. So let's check if this is working. I hope it should work. Yeah, so it is working perfectly fine. For 3 we have 8, and 5 we have 6, and 7 for 10 we have 7. So yeah, and now let me submit the code. I will comment all this stuff, and here we are given directly the number, so I also need to comment the test case input, else it will give me the wrong answer. Okay, so let me submit it. So CP file. Okay. Yeah, so it got accepted, and now the test cases are 0 seconds. So one fun fact I just googled and found out that if the test case is 1, so if this question is asked in the interview, then you must clarify it with the interviewer that answer should be 1, or the only cycle which is formed in this series till date. So if we are given input as 1, so the next number will be 3 times 1 plus 1, which becomes 4. Then after 4, next number will be 4 by 2, since 4 is even, which becomes 2. And then next number will be 2 by 2, which becomes 1. So for 1, we have a sequence 1, 4, 2, and 1. But in the question, it was given that if the algorithm repeats until n is 1. So if 1 was given, so we don't have to print this cycle sequence, and we directly print the number as 1. There is one test case also for this. Yeah, see, 1. So correct output is 1, user output was also 1. But this is the only cycle discovered till date in this sequence. So this was it for today's video. Thank you.